Welcome to English Leap video lessons. The words you see on screen are verbs in their simple present form. Can you convert them to their simple past forms? Of course you can. It's very simple. All you need to do is add ed to the word. Such verbs are known as regular verbs, and there is nothing complicated about switching their tense form. But not all verbs are so predictable. For example, what would the simple past forms of these verbs be? Wrong, 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 and wrong. The correct simple past forms of these verbs are such verbs which cannot be converted to their simple past forms by simply adding ed are known as irregular verbs. The problem with irregular verbs is that they have no pattern. There are only two ways to know what an irregular verb's simple past form is. One can memorize a list of such verbs, or one can wait to learn from experience. In other words, by reading and speaking English, and by listening to others who speak it. But the differences between regular and irregular verbs do not end here. The simple present and simple past forms of verbs are obviously used in their corresponding tenses. What this means is, we use the simple present form in the simple present tense and the simple past form in the simple past tense. But what about the perfect tenses? Let's see what happens with regular verbs. This is a regular verb in its simple present form. This is a regular verb in its simple past form. This is a regular verb in its present perfect form. It is known as the past participle of the verb, and as you can see, with regular verbs it is the same as the simple past form. Now let's see what happens with irregular verbs. Simple present, simple past, present perfect. Again, there is unfortunately no pattern that we can use to predict what form an irregular verb is going to take in a perfect tense. Let's look at a couple more past participles. There are some which stay the same regardless of tense. And there are still some others which change once but stay the same otherwise. There's no easy way or shortcut to learn the simple past forms and past participles of irregular verbs, but it's something that most language learners pick up as they go along, and soon enough it'll come as naturally to you as any other feature of the language. So remember, keep practicing.